Welcome to BizFlow Tutorials. In this video, I'm going to show you how to order and receive products using the purchase orders in BizFlow. Let's get started. Starting from the dashboard, head over to the options on the left and hover over the Purchase Order and Vendor tab. From here, click on Purchase Orders from the drop-down. In order to create a new purchase order, simply click on the Add button. In a purchase order, you are ordering products from a specific vendor. So, to start, you would select a vendor and choose them from the drop-down. Or, you can create a new vendor by clicking on the Add button. Then, fill out the required information needed. The contact information, phone number, and address of the vendor would already be filled out if it is in the system for that specific vendor. If the email address is available, you will be able to email the purchase order to the vendor. So, the email of that contact person associated with the vendor should be available. Once that information has been filled out, you can start selecting products to add to the purchase order. In order to do this, you can type in a product's name or barcode. Select it, then click Add. If you have a scanner, you can scan the product as well and add it to the purchase order. Or you can click on the Select Product button. From here, a pop-up will appear and you can add products to the purchase order by checking the boxes next to the items you would like to select. Then, click on Next. The items will appear following their information. The system automatically inputs the quantity of 100 for each product. So, you can update any information following each product, such as its quantity, unit cost, and a given discount. Next, you can input a certain due date, request ship date, currency, and optional remarks. Notice that the status of this purchase order is a draft. Once you are completed with the purchase order, click on Save. As you can see, the purchase order is saved. Now when you go back into the same purchase order, you have the option to email the purchase order to the vendor or even print this purchase order. Once you have sent the purchase order to the vendor, you can update the status to Set to Vendor and save that information. When the order has been received with an invoice from the supplier, you can update the status from here as well. You can receive the items in a complete purchase order or by a partial order. To receive items in a complete purchase order, click on the Receive button. You will see a new column that appears, titled QR, which stands for Quantity Received. Here you can update the number of items you have received for each product. For this instance, let's say you have received all the items. So, you can type in the same amount for each product quantity that you ordered. Once you are done, save that information. Now you can generate a bill and update the inventory. In order to do this, click on the Generate Bill button located at the top. This will take you to a Receive by Invoice screen, and from here you need to type in the reference or vendor invoice number. If you have any additional freight costs that need to be updated, you can do that here. Then, once you are done, click on Save. It is important that once you receive the items, you have to generate a bill. But most importantly, after the bill has been generated, you must approve this invoice by clicking on the Approve button. Only then the system will automatically update your inventory. A warning will appear that it will update your inventory, and you can click on Approve again. Now the total amount due to the supplier will appear, and that payment can be overseen by your accounting team. Now, if you go back to Purchase Orders, under the Purchase Order and Vendor tab, you will see that after you have generated the bill, the invoice number will be linked to the original purchase order number. Then, if you go into the Receive by Invoice screen, you will see that the invoice number is associated with its purchase order number. This completes a tutorial on how to order and receive products using purchase orders in the BizFlow platform. Thank you for watching.